Hey everyone, Jordan from Burris Optics. Today we're going to go over setting up and connecting to the Veracity PH. First thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you have your user manual, an Android or Apple smartphone, and some ballistic data ready to go. To power up the scope, we need to add the batteries. To do that, remove the battery cap located on the left side of the scope. Turn it all the way counterclockwise. The Veracity PH takes two CR2450 batteries, and we're going to put that in with the negative side down first, positive side up. The second battery, we're going to do positive side down, negative side up, and then put the cap back on. Make sure that cap is tight by turning it all the way to the right and making it snug. To power on the scope and connect to it, we've got to put it in the Bluetooth position. It's the second from the last position. There's a Bluetooth symbol so you know exactly where to turn it to. The next thing we need to do is download the BurrisConnect app. Go to the Android or Apple store and download the app. Once the app's downloaded, we're going to go ahead and connect to the device. Go to the Optics tab on the bottom, click on Manage Optics, Veracity PH, and it'll show you that it needs to be in that Bluetooth position. Under Discover Devices, look for Burris PH. It should say device is connected. The next few steps, we're going to build a custom bullet profile using the ballistic data that we have. The more accurate your information, the better the scope's going to perform. We recommend chronoing your rifle to the specific round that you're going to shoot. Next, we're going to build our custom rifle and bullet profiles. To do that, go to the Ballistics tab on the app. You can see I've already got one set up for mule deer hunting this year, but we're going to go ahead and add another one. To do that, hit the big plus. Here you're going to enter in a profile name. I like to call it my rifle name plus the caliber that it's in, just so I know quickly. You can also add a picture on here for reference as well. So for this, it's going to be our Benelli Lupo and 300 Win Mag. Benelli Lupo. We're going to change this picture to be a bolt action rifle. For the scope, we're going to select Veracity PH. And then for cartridge, this is a 300 Win Mag. So you can just search for 300 Winchester Magnum. Next, we want to make sure we know the height above bore and the range that we're going to zero this specific rifle for. I already know this information. This scope's going to be 1.5 inches above bore, and we're going to zero at 100 yards. So after we've put all this information in, we can save the rifle info. The next step is going to be building that custom bullet profile. So I'm going to select my rifle, and now I'm going to select my bullet. This is going to be much more cartridge specific, weight, velocity, ballistic coefficient, things like that. So to start, just hit the plus in the top right corner. You can name it if you want to. I'm going to call this one my elk hunter because I know I'm going to be hunting elk with this round. Current cartridge is saved for my rifle, so it's defaulted to that 300 Winchester Magnum, and I can select from a factory ammunition library or a bullet library if I'm doing hand loads. So under factory ammunition, we're going to go to Norma, and I'm going to look for Bond Strike because that's what I'm shooting. It should automatically have our muzzle velocity based off of the factory load information, as well as our ballistic coefficient, recommended drag table, and the bullet weight. All of this information can be custom put into the app depending on whatever load you're going to shoot. So to save this, hit save in the top right corner. We'll go back to our rifle profile. On this screen, we're going to change our environmental conditions. Dramatic elevation changes, weather patterns can dramatically affect your bullet curve, especially at those longer distances. So we want to make sure this information is as accurate as possible. You can input it manually. We recommend choosing density altitude. It takes the information from your geolocation and adds it directly into the app. Next, if you want, you can adjust your windage from whatever direction it's coming from. We use a clock. I'm going to do a 3 o'clock hold. I know it's a straight right wind. I can flip it for a left wind if I need to. And then you can change the wind speed if you want it to be displayed in a 5, a 10, 15. So basically a half value, full value, whatever you want wind value displayed on the optic. To save this, hit back. Now that we've got our custom rifle and bullet profile built, we're going to push that information via Bluetooth to the Veracity PH. To do that, go back to the Optics tab on BurrisConnect, select your Veracity PH, and on the very top line, it's gonna say upload ballistic data. Click that and select the bullet profile and rifle profile that you wanna upload to that scope. For us, we're gonna do the Benelli Lupo 300 Win Mag. Select the bullet and click upload data. To know that your data is being uploaded to the scope, you'll see a progress status on the phone. To know that it's finished, it'll say uploading ballistic data finished successfully. Just hit OK. Back out until you get to your optics profile. On this screen, there's a few more settings that you can change on your scope, including the elevation units that are displayed on the heads-up display. This could be in yards, meters, or MOA. There's also inclination compensation, which means your rifle optic will compensate if it's at a positive or negative angle. This is super helpful if you know your line of sight distance to the target, but you don't have angle compensation on your rangefinder or bino. We like to keep this off because our new Burris LRF 2000 rangefinder and our signature 10x42 LRF bino has inclination compensation built in, so we don't use that on the app. There's also the digital level setting. You can change the sensitivity of the bubble level and the heads-up display between 0.5 degree, 1 degree, or you can shut it off if you don't think that level's helping you. You can change the time in which it takes for the display to time out, and you can also change the time it takes for the scope to go into sleep mode or auto off. Whenever you select the settings that you want, go ahead and click Upload Settings. It should say Success as soon as it's uploaded to the scope. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about this product or other Burris products, you can check out the link below or go to burrisoptics.com.